Well, SARS has introduced a service charter to improve its interface with taxpayers. The report outlines their rights and responsibilities, as well as service standards that they can expect from the Revenue Authority. But just how much will a service charter assist in restoring the credibility of SARS? Well, Bravura's Head of Business Development and Special Projects, Ian Matthews, joins us now. Ian, thanks so much for your time today. So we've gotten to the point where we need a service charter, a promise from SARS that it's going to do good for us. How did we get here?
Well, I think the last one we had was actually one that was issued in 2009, when at a time when SARS was really performing well, and I think, to be honest, South Africans generally were really proud of their tax authority, and it was a world-class operation. Unfortunately, over the last couple of years, and let's say particularly the last 3-4 years, we've seen an enormous deterioration in skill levels as a result of an exodus of top people out of the authority, and with the result that whereas in the past you were dealing with an experienced and highly skilled organization, that is to some extent not the case anymore. So you're really facing an authority which doesn't necessarily capable of delivering the service that it had done so successfully in the past.
We also saw the Tax Ombudsman's report at the end of last year, which talked about a concern of the erosion of tax morality. So people feeling like, well, why should I file a return? Because I don't actually trust the authority itself. So would you say a charter of this nature is required, this trust?
I think it establishes the benchmark, and I think it must be applauded. I think Mark Kingan and his team are a great idea, and I think it sets a standard and something that they aspire to achieve. So I think it's a good thing, and I think we will see results.
What does it promise us?
It promises us the fairness, it promises us an even-handed dealing with all taxpayers, not what we've seen in the last year or so, where I think something like 25 billion of VAT recovery claims haven't been paid out, but certain taxpayers have had special treatment where their payments were expedited. I think it's that sort of thing, and also promises to respond to queries, objections, appeals and the like within fixed time frames. And those are the things that taxpayers will get taxpayers' confidence in the authority back again. And
there was a massive issue, particularly with VAT refunds, right?
Yeah,
Do you know
absolutely.
if that's been completely resolved?
No, not at all. It's still a long way to go, and unfortunately, it'll take some time to clear that up. At this stage, many taxpayers still haven't received a number of claims or have claims settled. So that's still a way to go. But
we as taxpayers also then have a responsibility to SARS itself, and this particular charter sets that out as well.
Absolutely. Right? Honesty, timeous filing by ourselves, and ensuring that we, at the end of the day, do the right thing.
Do you think that, I mean, the one innovation that has been really good for SARS in previous years has been the increase in e-filing, for example, and people have taken that up and it's seen growth over the years. Do you see that continuing and that kind of growth continuing and the trust in the system?
I think that the system is, again, it's world-class. When it was introduced, it has had some difficulties recently, and there have been some complaints about it, but it has been a wonderful innovation for SARS. I think I saw a figure that currently there's only about 5,000 returns which are done manually still, which is a unbelievable statistic for a country which in many ways still is relatively technology illiterate. So that just tells you about how well and what a success it has been.
And I think one of the concerns, of course, was around the documentation. And I see that they're streamlining that. And when an audit is done, that they'll be more specific about the kind of documents that SARS will ask.
Exactly, and also undertake to resolve an audit within a certain period of time as well.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much.
That's the Head of Business Development and Special Projects at Bravura. That's Ian Matthews.